In pursuit of the 600-pound deadlift.
Hey, this is Josh from Top Form Fitness. Welcome to the first episode of In Pursuit of the 600-pound deadlift. Last year I was competing in strongman competitions and I got my deadlift to just over 500 pounds. Lost a little bit of weight since then, haven't been training as heavy, and this year, just recently, I've been doing reps struggling with about 400. So I have a long way to go to get to 600. But I'm going to show you my progress along the way and share with you some of the tips and tricks that I'm using to get to that deadlift. The most important thing to focus on initially is technique. So let's review the form on the barbell deadlift.
The deadlift is what I consider one of the best overall exercises for building size and strength. Craig's going to now demonstrate the basics of setup and performance of the deadlift.
So as far as setup points, with conventional deadlift, which is hands outside your feet, I like to keep my feet about hip width, slightly turned out. They say it activates the posterior chain a little bit better if they're slightly turned out. So I do that and it's worked with me competitively. The setup, the bar wants to stay over your center of gravity. That's the most efficient place to do it so that the levers are advantageous. And for most people, the center of your gravity is going to be right over the top of your arch, maybe just slightly behind it towards your shin. It's definitely not over your ankle. So I'll set the bar up just over the top of my arch. When I reach down to grab the bar, I'm not going to try and squat the bar up, which a lot of people think use your legs, squat the bar up like it's a leg press from your hands. I'm going to set myself in the proper position so I can pull the bar in a straight line without the bar moving forwards and backwards, and when he changes angles you'll see what I mean. So the last thing I'll do after I set position is I'm going to bring my lower back into extension and I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades tight downwards. By squeezing my shoulder blades down this way, it shortens the lever and it increases the amount of weight I can lift safely.
Also note that you want to be wearing footwear with minimal cushioning, such as Vibram 5 Fingers or Chuck Taylors, so there's a good transfer of force from your feet through to the floor.
So I'm going to demonstrate a work set, and one thing I'm also going to try and demonstrate is a lot of people when they do a deadlift, they do what I consider, I call it pulling around a corner. They get to the top of the lift and you see them, their shoulders go up, their shoulders come down, and they lean way back like this. And if you see it from the side, you see a lot of lumbar extension, and you see a lot of lean back. Mechanically, that's inefficient. It's more efficient to lock out by bringing your pelvis forward and squeezing your glutes, which is what they do. And that way, when you extend, your back can be straight, as opposed to leaning back this way.
Great.
Craig is demonstrating a mixed grip on the bar, which is one hand over, one hand under. This grip is necessary when you're competing or training with a heavy load. However, we recommend that in training use a double overhand grip until the weight becomes too heavy to manage. Set yourself up with the bar a couple of inches away from your shins, and the bar centered directly over the middle of your feet. Make sure that before you begin the lift, you take the slack out of your arms and contract your lats so that your back is tight before you pull. You definitely want to maintain tension throughout your upper torso as well as your midsection as you lift the bar. Drive your feet into the floor and keep the bar against your body throughout the lift. Because using a mixed grip can put excessive stress on your biceps, I'm going to demonstrate a double overhand grip using straps. Another option is to use a hook grip, where you secure your thumbs under your fingers. Take a deep breath in before you pull, expanding your rib cage and pushing your abs out. Lower the bar, maintaining glute and hamstring tension. Remember, you should have tension throughout your quads, hamstrings, glutes, and back while you perform this movement.
So stay tuned next time when I get into the training program for getting my deadlift up to 600 pounds. Stay strong.